In what are the most sweeping and strict measures taken in America to date, San Francisco is actually going on a enforced lockdown. Residents are banned from leaving their home after midnight Tuesday tomorrow for anything other than doctor's visits or trips to the grocery store. These are sweeping measures, and the response is crazy. And I know all the sides to it. We don't do this sort of thing for the flu. We don't do this sort of thing for other things. We tell people just stay home. So what is so special about this if it hasn't killed as many people? And I think really it's zero bias, quite honestly. I think it's the new kid on the block and this surprising thing that we're like, we have got to get it. We have enough worries on our brains right now. We've got to stop this. And when something comes up with this and it does have a much higher fatality rate, well, it kind of shocks us a little bit and we take action. But regardless of which way you slice it, this is history. This is part of the news, and I'm going to report it to you as good and as fact-based and as a matter-of-fact manner as possible as adults. So you guys can help me out on this with giving a thumbs up, a comment, a subscribe, a thumbs down if you thought it was the worst thing since double-sliced bread. Whatever double-sliced bread is. San Francisco's mayor has announced an unprecedented 3-week lockdown that will begin on Tuesday at midnight and bans anyone from leaving their home for anything other than doctor's visits or trips to the grocery stores. That is going to make the grocery stores, they're going to have to start limiting the amount of people that go into the grocery stores. Here's what's going to happen. Mark my words. Okay. How do I know this? Because I'm a student of history and I love studying about history, and history is a good way to tell you how humans react in different situations. People are going to go to these grocery stores, and these grocery stores are going to have to limit supply, and they're going to have to limit the number of people in the store at the same time. So you're going to have these long lines outside of these grocery stores, and that's not going to be any good either. It's just not. There's going to have to be a different way to do this. There's going to have to be some sort of a set in place, hey, maybe by zip code, you get your groceries from this store, and somebody's going to have to take control of the supply chain and guarantee that food is delivered to residences and things like that. I mean, otherwise it's going to be chaos. And then you're going to have reports of individuals that are in a desperate situation and think that their lives are more valuable than others, and they're going to cut in front of lines, and then it's going to make fights ensue, and it's just, yeah, I can see it happening. I can. In addition to the lockdown in city parameters, 6 counties in the Bay Area are being told to shelter in place. The lockdown is the strictest action to be taken in America. Anyone who breaks it faces legal repercussions. It will last until April 7th. Mayor London Breed called it a defining moment on Monday morning. And yes, it is an absolutely defining moment, not only for the city, but for the United States, because you can guarantee now that there is a city that has taken that, it now sets precedence and opens the door for other cities to take those measures as well, and then states, and then nations. We all have a responsibility to do our part to protect our neighbors and slow the spread of this virus by staying at home, unless it's absolutely essential to go outside, she said. I have physical therapy appointments, and I wonder if those count as essential. Part of me is hoping no, and part of me is hoping yes. Those of you who've been to physical therapy will understand. President Trump has stopped short of a nationwide shutdown, much to the criticism of governors and mayors who are calling him to take federal action to block the spread. They're calling for a national lockdown. If a national lockdown ensues, well, then that's a whole new breed of monster right there. At a White House briefing on Monday afternoon, he urged all Americans not to gather in groups of 10 or more, and told people not to go to restaurants, bars, or food courts, but did not issue a shutdown. So it has gone from the recommended of no groups of 500 or more to 250 or more to 100 or more to 10 or more. I can see it now. Within a week's time, they will have underground raves and clubs where people can pay extra money just to go have human interaction, and yeah. We're going into cyberpunk territory now. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are closing. Wow, New York, it really is. It looks like it says New York, so we'll go with it. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are closing bars and restaurants at 8 p.m. on Monday night for as long as necessary, along with casinos, gyms, and movie theaters. You know, New York, New York. New Jersey has also launched a statewide curfew between the hours of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. for all non-essential travel, but it is unclear what that is or what will happen to anyone who does not follow the rules. They will be arrested, face some sort of a fine, something like that. The problem with this is people are going to avoid being arrested more fiercely because people are going to understand that being arrested and going to jail, a confined environment that recirculates the air, is almost a guarantee to get infected. So it's going to cause people really to butt heads with law enforcement on this, I believe. But all in all, I hope it goes well. I really do. All in all, I hope. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things we can hope. Wish in one hand and poop in the other and see what happens, right? I love you guys. Stay informed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.